VA. Her husband was Marine, full-time active Marine. And I just asked her if she would know what happens to the access to VA if you're in the Marine Reserve. Well, let me tell you about Reserve and National Guard. If you happen to be in the Reserve or National Guard, Army Reserve, Army National Guard, Marine Reserve, Naval Reserve, and you weren't on active duty full time, you cannot get access to VA healthcare unless you were actually active duty for 180 days or more. Not for
Mm.
training, but active duty for 180 days or more. So sad to say, if your orders were 179, you missed it by a day.
So even if you're in the Guard or Reserve and you're continually serving your weekends and doing all that, but you don't have active service, you're not. Wow.
Now, imagine your husband and going through what he went through as a Marine Reserve who only had orders for 179 days. And he lost his job. There was no health care benefits
Friends.
where he did. So you know what I did was I painted more of a value to what it is that you just shared with us on this episode. If you're in a situation like that and you cannot get VA health care, there is a way that you can treat yourself and perhaps feel better by what
Yes.
Jody just explained and described.
I'm going to be honest with you. Scott has not been to a doctor in, oh gosh, since before 2010. He hasn't gone. I wish that all of our money could go towards the tools and the support we use for him versus what we pay. He's working. He works at Department of Defense. That's kind of been his career path since he got out. It kills me to pay our insurance monthly. I understand catastrophic. It's good for catastrophic reasons, but I truly wish healthcare could be so proactive, and a lot of the money we utilize wouldn't just sit waiting for sickness to come about. That the things I spend monthly for him could be the healthcare. So yes, that is an option. He's not seeing a doctor. He's doing the chiropractor and those sorts of things. But
I'm really glad you said that because those who feel as though if they
I'm
could
not saying
just
don't go to a doctor though. I want to make that
right,
disclaimer.
but
I'm not
let's
saying don't go to a
right,
doctor.
no, but let's talk to those that cannot go see the doctor because they can't afford to go see the
And
doctor.
they use their money on some worthwhile things.
Right, which will actually be, let's face it, a more healthy alternative, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, this show
In
is
my
all about
opinion, yeah.
Veterans Onward to Prosperity. And Veterans Onward to Prosperity means that you are not held back because of physical issues or mental health issues or emotional issues, just like you mentioned, that you're not held back. So the
Yeah.
opposite of that is moving forward.
So
So
I feel like your you said it's Prosper Veterans Onward to Prosperity.
Veterans Onward to Prosperity.
I feel like my husband is the poster child for this. He has successfully, you know, transitioned, that civilian job, but just his physical and emotional well-being.
Yes.
He is in a good place. And
Yes.
I I wish more. My heart is to take care of people, and I wish I could do it for so many more people, so many more veterans.
So, several things that you've shared with us. The first is you are medical science.
That is my background. I worked in
Yeah.
microbiology, and while my husband was serving, I had 4 boys in 4 years. From 1996 to 2000, I had 4 children. I was actually going to go to medical school. I ended up staying home with my babies, and I ended up homeschooling for 16 years. So, and then, like I said, just my searching for just that holistic path. got on just kind of changed my whole perspective, and I've really moved in that route. So
Right. But I said that so that our audience will understand that A, you're not trying to sell anything. B, you did your research, and you
yeah,
did your research from the frame of reference of somebody who studies medical science. I mean, come on, guys. It's one thing for the layman, if you will, to do research in these essential oils. It's quite another when you've got the background of medical science in your profession to do this research and to
yes,
come across this and say, perhaps this might have some value, and then give it a go and then see these results. And this is Mission Freedom Possible Month, where we're in mission freedom possible. Holy cow, what did you just describe? You described a man who was anything but free for a while, and then in your research you come to find out, oh, maybe there is a way that we can kind of fix this, if you will. And 7 years later, was 7 years?
yeah. It's been almost 7 years. It was like the end of 2014. So
7 years later, you got a man who's what, doing hiking in Pikes Peak?
climbing Pikes Peak
Climbing Pikes Peak, working a job every day and enjoying life.
and managing. That's what I like to say. It's none of this is his body is healed. I am going to say a lot of because I think the body's capable of that when we support it and give it what it needs. But there is that the discomfort there, and but he's thriving and managing, and that he emphasizes that word. He said, "My days are manageable."
Yes,
So
yes. And so for a lot of veterans and warriors, I would hope that this is music to their ears. For those especially that are barely surviving.
yeah, yeah.
Let, let's do better than barely surviving, guys and
Let's
gals.
thrive.
Let's thrive. Thank you so much, Jody, for coming on. I know you were slotted to do this earlier this year and it just didn't work out, but it did work out today. And so I'm really, really, really glad that you're here, Mission Freedom Possible, and sharing how it is that they can be free from moments of unmanageable pain, agony, sorrowfulness.
Emotional baggage.
Yes. So thank you very much for this. I appreciate this. If our audience is so inspired by your sharing and they want to get in touch with you, how could they get in touch with you?
Should I give my email?
It's up to you. How would you receive our audience?
Um, I'm open text. I'm happy to give my text or my phone number and a text, a call, an email.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So my email is all lowercase letters RCMA at hotmail.com. And my phone number is 989-255-8357. I am in the Colorado Springs area, so if anyone's, within that radius, I love meeting with people one-on-ones and just talking. So
If you happen to be a military spouse and your military member is going through what Jody's husband, Scott, went through, and you would like to do something about it to help that military member thrive and not just barely survive, Jody's your gal. Call her, contact her, get the knowledge that she has to share, and better days are ahead.
that's it. Just exploring options and different tools. It can't hurt to try.
Right. Okay, so thank you so much for coming on this episode, and I wish you and Scott all the best.
Thank you. I will send you that picture of him again. Maybe you can share it somehow.
Okay.
Okay.